The tea urn steamed and the music started. Mike luxuriated in the cold weather, his memories of the wet green heat of Malaya fading among the cracked lino and fried food smell of Harry's caff. He was content to let them go and allow the East End to bring him home from the heat and boredom of those 18 months abroad. The cafe door banged open and a girl walked in. Mike glanced up at a flash of black silk. The girl was wearing a black silk jacket with improbable badges pinned or stitched to the arms. She shrugged a rucksack off her shoulders, revealing the word Ace stitched into the back. Something that surely could not be a transistor radio was dumped casually on a nearby table. The girl approached the counter. Mike watched as she leaned over the counter and looked around. She didn't move like any girl he knew, and certainly she didn't dress like anybody he'd ever seen. She banged her knuckles on the worn Formica counter. "Hello?" she called. Her accent was pure London. The doctor frowned at the aerial. It represented an intrusion into his plans, and the implications of that worried him. He noticed a ladder giving access to the roof of the van, and within moments he stood there, balanced perfectly by the aerial. One part of his mind solved a series of equations dealing with angles, displacement, and the optimum wavelength, while another part of his mind began re-examining important aspects of the plan. The first answer came swiftly. The second cried out for more data. The doctor sighed. Sometimes intuition, even his, had limitations. Quickly, sighting down the length of the aerial, he looked up to find himself staring at the menacing Victorian bulk of Coal Hill School. Ace banged the counter again. "Hello!" she yelled, louder than intended. "Service! Anybody home?" There was no response. "Not like that," said the man's voice. Ace twisted round sharply to find a young man standing close to her, far too close. Ace backed off a little, gaining some space. "Like what, then?" The man grinned, showing good teeth. His eyes were blue and calculating. "Like this," he said, and turning to look over the counter, bellowed parade ground style, "Harry! Customer!" He turned back to Ace, who cautiously removed her hands from her ears. "Like that?" A voice answered from the back of the cafe. "See?" said the man, leaning in again. "Easy when you know how." A short, squat man with the face of a boxer emerged from the depths of the cafe. Presumably this was Harry. "Oh, give it a rest, Mike," he said to the younger man, who laughed and went back to his table. "I had enough of that in the war." Harry turned to Ace. "Can I help you, miss?" Ace considered the state of her stomach. 4 bacon sandwiches and a cup of coffee, please." The doctor stepped carefully through the gate, dodging children who were eager to be rid of their school. Drained of its inmates, Coal Hill School loomed dour as a prison over the deserted playground. Movement caught the doctor's eye. The girl who had been watching Ace was there, chanting as she